Well, good morning, everybody. This is Carlos, the Running Jackal, with his Wednesday show. Just about to run across the Blenkinsop trestle. As you can see, there is ice on the planking. I think that's probably just the humidity from the air freezing on the wood. This would be very treacherous on a bicycle. I'm going to stop filming in a little while when I get off the bridge and continue with audio only. But while I'm here, I might as well give you benefit of the view that Roy and I and those two people are enjoying. He seems to be looking up at that White House. Seems to be zoomed in a lot. That's better. Yeah, you better be careful on the wood. So I'm just coming up on Royal Oak Drive on Wednesday. Hi. So this is the Turtle Trot half marathon. For me anyway. I know most of you guys will be doing your runs either today or tomorrow, or maybe Friday, for the people who are too heavily involved in their Thanksgiving preparations. They might well be traveling. Okay, so Lockside Trail, I'm up to about 6 or maybe 7 I think is the next kilometer. Reminder, I just had to pussyfoot my way over some frozen runoff from the garage. The water had frozen solid on the sidewalk. There's 2 bands of ice, black ice. I, on the other hand, am toasty warm. Mind you, I am wearing a neck warmer, 2 long-sleeved shirts, and a pair of throwaway gloves. A pair that I found in the street about 2 weeks ago. Still playing with my camera, so hello. I might well try and do some video in a little while when I get a little further along on my run. This is going to be 21.1 kilometers. Or 13.3 miles.
7 kilometers. Workout average pace 6 minutes 21 seconds per kilometer.
Oh, there's a deer looking at me. He's in the sun on the other side of the road. I'm on the sidewalk.
1 minute, 6 seconds. Ahead.
I have set myself a 6.5 minute pace today. Very soon I'll be away from the traffic again. These people are just using a small section of Lockside Drive that is drivable. The rest is basically a converted rail bed, but occasionally there's these paved sections that would be servicing the homes along here into the woods. I don't know if you've heard any of Derek's submissions to my show, but he doesn't have the ability to edit where he is, and he very seldom listens back. So he sends me these files and allows me to manipulate them. His only criteria was no music. He doesn't want me to choose the music. One day I will ask him to choose the music. So 8 is next. 9, 10 and a bit, and then I turn. My ice smooth run lady is back from her vacation. Derek is on his vacation on a cruise ship, sailing the South. No, not the South Atlantic, more like the Atlantic, the main body of ocean. He is on a Bahamian cruise, and I believe the Bahamas used to be a British protectorate. So as you can hear, I have the coaching going on. This is to try and keep me honest. There is also no auto pause. So every time I stop, the clock is still ticking. But this kind of running is quite easy to maintain because there's so little change in topography. It's flat. Trains like it flat. So the two shows that I edited for Derek, one was better than the second. He was experimenting with a noise reduction app, and I think it spoiled the quiet bits. I had a lot of trouble finding any audio that I could use in amongst the spiking sine wave of the interference. No, it's just goes to show that
Faster.
the best recording quality you get from totally neutral equalization.
1 minute, 28
If you have to start fiddling with filters, then you probably should have tried to make a better recording. Today I'm using my new Sony voice recorder. I will switch between this and some camera audio throughout this run. Coming back, I'm going to have the sun in my face.
8 kilometers. Workout average pace 6 minutes.
Hello.
Seconds per kilometer. Faster.
A couple of speed bumps. This section of roadway is much calmer. It is no use as a shortcut. This is only for the residents. Very little through traffic. The deer absolutely love it here.
Faster. Steady.
Faster than steady. That means I must be very close to my 6:30 pace. Just hovering. At this pace, it will be a little difficult for me to keep talking. So I might just pause this until I get close to the turnaround. Okay, so this is one of those scenic, oh look, views. You can probably see the snow-capped peak of Mount Baker over there in the distance. With this camera, it might well show up. Yep. I think I have to read up a little bit more about the autofocus on the camera, because when I was on the bridge I seemed to be filming super close-up, which was not my intention. I think it probably zeroed in on my sweater and assumed that I was just going to be filming face shots, but in fact I wanted more of the panorama shot. Alright, so this is the rest of that $1 million view. Claremont Avenue crosses Lochside. Just around here. One of my friends was interested in buying one of these houses. I think it was this one. Anyway, back to my run. This is the Running Jackal signing off this little video segment with yet another view of Mount Baker. Hi. Hello.
Down one step.
A group of American tourists. They had, one or two of them anyway, had the little star-spangled pin on their jackets. The flag. Right, so Abbey Road. I'm just crossing the top of Abbey Road. Kevin would be proud of me. He was at the Abbey Road studios in London a couple of years ago. Very cool title picture for Kevin Unplugged.
Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 28 seconds per kilometer.
6:28. That's bang on pace. 6:30. That's including the little movie breaks that I have taken. Alright, another speed bump. And then Dumac Park. Dumac Park is a very, very pretty suburban pass from one stage of the Lochside Trail up to the ridge at the top through the forest. It's basically just a drainage channel between two ridges. The stream has eroded its way down to the rock. That is Dumac Park. 30 seconds ahead. I'm debating whether to pull in at the Adrian's Tea Room to get a glass of water, because all the fountains have been turned off for fear of freezing. Yep, I have decided I will go in to the public washroom area behind Adrian's Tea Room. This way I can drink from the tap and not inconvenience anybody for very long. This is where Derek and I...
Time, 1 hour, 4 minutes. Distance, 10 kilometers. Workout average pace, 6 minutes, 24 seconds per kilometer. Faster. Steady. Mattox Farm, I should say. Winding down to a stroll as I approach the tea rooms. It won't take too long. As I said, there is no auto pause set for today.
Well, there you go, that's done. I think the water I was drinking was probably warm. One of those mix as you pour type taps. Left is warm and straight is cold kind of thing. Like the shower hose adjustments. Very soon she will tell me that I'm halfway to my goal, and then I will head back the way I came. Hi. Yep. The water tasted good even though it was warm. It's one of the things that you look forward to in 100-mile races is warm chicken noodle soup for the night. That or tomato is good as well. Good old Campbell's tomato soup. So I measured this out. I measured it with a mapping tool to make me turn just as I enter the parking area for Lochside Park. And that should be halfway to my goal. I should keep going until she tells me to turn. Steady is good. Another speed bump. Another cyclist.
Faster. Halfway to your goal.
There you go. Halfway to my goal. So, I have turned and am now heading back. It was a little before where I thought it was going to be, but then I had to factor in going into the restaurant for some water. That took me a little wider. That's okay. By the time I get home, it'll be bang on 21.1. So I left the pause button on for a considerable length of time there, probably about 12 to 15 minutes of just head down continuous running, and I'm now, I think I've earned myself 2 minutes of entertainment time. I'm just running past the remnants of the hippie house. All the artwork has either been gifted or taken, but the hippies are no longer living there. In my day, it would have been a squat. In England, I spent, I think it was 2.5 years living in a squat. And a squat is a vacant apartment that if you can get entry without breaking anything, legally you can stay there until they evict you. And that can take as long as a year to evict you. But if you spend a year and a day in a squat, you can claim it as a permanent residence. So obviously landowners and property owners were only too pleased to get rid of squatters.
Slower.
The place that I took over, the landlord had put cement in the toilet to prevent it being used as a toilet. That's a pretty effective way of deterring squatters. Another trick was to flood you out. They would turn the water on in the apartment above you and let it drain through to soak you out. I guess they figured the property damage would be minimal. So, as I approach the wooden trestle bridge, I'm thinking of bringing this show to an end. I will probably finish off with a video clip in which I will say goodbye to you then. But until then, until I turn back onto Glendenning, I will have the sun in my eyes. So, not very good for video. Okay, so I have now turned so that the sun is to my right. This is Mount Douglas Crossroad Trail. Oh, seen her before. Well, it's been an interesting run. So far I'm on pace, 6.5 kilometers. It should give me 2 hours and 10 minutes by the time I'm finished. And this will be the last clip on the Wednesday show. So this is the Running Jackal, running in Victoria. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Beside Gailey's farm towards Glendenning. Finishing off the Turtle Trot virtual half marathon. Bye-bye, Adam, and all the slow runners. Have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I am thankful for all my American friends. Bye-bye.